California's wages rose last year at the fastest pace in the nation, but don't expect big paychecks to cure the state's uneven recovery from the pandemic. Yes, the past year was challenging for many households juggling various COVID-19 mandates, working from home and kids learning virtually. But paychecks were steady, and for some, enhanced. This fortunate flock's financial stability helps explain why the state has a gigantic budget surplus and the statewide homebuying binge. But let's not forget a not-so-small group whose coronavirus hassles were painfully compounded by limited job opportunities. California job losses were concentrated in lower-paying service industries, particularly California's large leisure and hospitality industries. Of course, there's been plenty of government aid for this group, including stimulus checks, improved jobless benefits and protection against evictions and foreclosures. Yet there are few good guesses as to what their finances will look like when this generosity ends. The wealth gap to be filled is wide. To fully understand it, I filled my trusty spreadsheet with data from a federal analysis of employers' unemployment insurance filings. Unlike the monthly jobs reports, these quarterly reports are not from polling. Instead, they provide a detailed look at hiring and pay patterns. This data crunching takes time, so we've just gotten results from 2020's fourth quarter, a period when another virus surge was throttling California workplaces. Still, the late 2020 numbers show the pandemic's financial imbalances have more than industry implications. As last year ended, California had 16.4 million workers, down 1.48 million in a year, or an 8.3% drop. However, because of the odd mix of the employed, and yes, extra hours and hero bonus pay, wages averaged $1.724 a week. That salary metric was up 18.5% in a year, the largest gain in the nation. Now, let's add geography to the mix as we ponder how 3 counties helped inflate this financial chasm. In San Francisco, Santa Clara and San Mateo counties, the tech-savvy heart of the state, bosses cut 240,801 jobs last year. That's an ugly 10.3% drop. But ponder the pay, wages of the 2.1 million who remained employed averaged $3.629 a week in the fourth quarter, that's $189,000 annualized, after jumping 34.9% in a year. Yes, 34.9%. You can bet this stunning number can be tied to extensive layoffs of those earning smaller paychecks. To be fair to the innovation crowd, the pandemic made lots of technology more life-changing and even more valuable. Think Zoom and Uber Eats. So, tech workers were basically essential even if they didn't always carry the state's special designation. Now, compare those employment patterns to the rest of the state. Job losses elsewhere in California totaled 1.24 million in a year, an 8% drop. So these bosses cut at a slower pace, but maybe that's because they could afford to. The 14